As I get older, how many steps do I really need? Hello. Thanks for joining me. I hope your day's going well. If you walk for health, have you ever wondered how many steps are really necessary to get the most benefit? Let's take a closer look at that question. What about 10,000? Maybe, maybe not. You may know that the 10K goal came from a 1965 marketing campaign to sell a brand of Japanese pedometers. Somehow it has evolved as the gold standard for counting steps to get the best fitness return from your effort. At least it was for me initially. When my wife bought me a Fitbit for Christmas a couple of years ago, I enthusiastically started a daily 10K step routine that was part of a 3-month road trip. On January 3rd of 2022, we sold our house in Flagstaff, Arizona, and traveled around the country, spending most of our time in much warmer Florida. I walked hotel hallways as well as sidewalks and around alligator ponds throughout the state. Getting that buzz on my wrist and watching the fireworks display at 10,000 steps was the final payoff and a welcome reward. When we landed in California, I kept up to 10,000K routine and continued walking for a couple of months after we found a new home. Then it got hot. I decided to cut back quite a bit and moved my walking indoors. Now I get at least 5,000 steps a day and try to get up to 7,000 or more. Am I cheating myself out of health benefits by not going the full 10,000? Let's look at some research. Anthony L. Komaroff, MD, in a Harvard Health letter in 2019 reported results from a study of nearly 17,000 women with an average age of 72. After 4 years, the number of steps taken each day was compared to death rates. The least active had 2,718 steps per day, and the most active had 8,442. The results show that about 7,500 steps per day had a 40% lower risk of death than the least active, without speed of walking being a significant factor. If you are familiar with research methods, you're probably aware that the favored approach for evaluating existing studies is to use a meta-analysis. This statistical format evaluates numerous investigations at one time in a bundle, rather than examining individual studies. You're looking at the forest, not the trees. One meta-analysis, which consisted of 15 studies and nearly 50,000 people on 4 continents, was reported in Lancet Public Health in 2022. Death from any cause or all-cause mortality leveled off for walkers over 60 at about 6,000 to 8,000 steps per day. Taking more steps did not show any additional benefits, nor did walking with speed. Another meta-analysis reported in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology in 2023 examined 17 studies from around the world, consisting of over 227,000 people over a 7-year period. The results indicated steps over 3,900, which is about 2 miles, was linked to fewer deaths by any cause. Each additional 1,000 step increment was found to reduce the risk of dying by 15% for any reason. Each additional 500 steps above the base rate decreased the likelihood of dying, specifically from cardiovascular disease, by 7%. It should be noted here that these were observational studies which rely on correlations and do not provide proof of causation, just a statistically significant relationship between walking and death rates. So, how fast should you walk? Although research results seem to indicate that pace is not critical for longevity, there's some disagreement among advisors. A brisk walk may not give you extra years, but it would appear to have cardiovascular benefits. If walking faster is your goal, try walking 100 steps every minute. You'll feel your heart start pumping. I tried it and could notice the change in heart rate even without checking my pulse. So I don't push for 10,000 steps anymore, and I don't think you need to either. I like to start early. Part of my morning routine is to grab a bottle of water as soon as I get up to replenish what was lost at night and walk 1,000 steps around the house while drinking it, or maybe outside if it's not too hot or too cold. Once I get over that first 1,000-step hurdle, I feel more motivated to keep walking throughout the day. While walking is critical for health and longevity, we must also attend to more rigorous cardiovascular exercises, as well as training to build strength, flexibility, and balance as we age. Depending only on walking for our total exercise routine will not provide the range of motion, endurance, and resistance demands necessary for more overall fitness. But it is a starting point. Don't have a Fitbit or Apple Watch or sports watch? No problem. I found a free pedometer app on my smartphone. I've got to go. I've got to catch up on my walking, so catch you later. Let's learn to be older and like it. Most of the time, as we walk a little, walk some more, and keep walking to get the gift of a few more years to keep walking. Humpty here, the walking decade dude, hoping you will step up the pace towards more joyful and healthful aging.